how to configure the port security. Port security means already you know about the port number 20, port number 80, port number 21. So if you want to secure the port, so how you can do the security or implement the security of the port. We will cover all these things in this lab. So first we are going to log in on this MS10 machine. Log in by providing the password, whatever the password is. Okay, and now actually I am going to access a particular website, like the web server is running in the network, and I am going to access that particular website. So that website running on my Ubuntu machine. Accessing the website, you will have to use your browser, and where either you can use the domain name, either you can use the IP address. Here I don't have the domain name configured, that is the reason I am using the IP address here. And you can see the Apache Ubuntu default page, means the Apache service running on the Ubuntu operating system, right? This is I just shown you how it is work. Now MS10 machine is able to communicate with the Ubuntu machine and able to access the web browser and web service, whatever the web application running on the target machine on the Ubuntu machine can access. Now I am moving on another machine, it is the DC10. So I am logging on this machine. So actually I am going to access the firewall which is implemented in the network already. So I am going to access the firewall, and firewall, my firewall is on 10.1.16.254, and I am going open here, and here I need to put the username admin and the password, whatever the password is exist. So once I will provide the admin name and password, I am going to log in this here. So it is logged in. Okay, this is the login page of the firewall. Inside the firewall, I am going to, here inside the firewall there is a multiple things are there, NAT, rules and something. So first I am going to check the rules. So here is some rules are written here for the WAN, another is for the LAN, and also one is a floating. Floating means when the one is floating, if the particular rule does not exist, so it will float on another IP address. This is the WAN, wide area network, either we can say the public area network rules written here. Another is a LAN. So I am going to add the new rule. So here this is option to add the new rule. Here is a two option you can see. One add is a like arrow up and another is arrow down. So arrow up means write a rule and it will be go on the top. So what I need to do, I am going to block the particular process. So what I am going to do actually, you should understand first. So that is the reason you can understand better. So here is a firewall, right? And here is the web server, Ubuntu web server, right? And here it is my MS10 machine. MS10 machine is here. And also in the same network, I have the DC10 machine connected on the same network. Okay. So I have accessed the firewall by using the DC10 machine, and here is the firewall. Okay. So I am adding the rule like this Ubuntu server will not be accessible by the MS10 machine, means block this root. This is a root and this root will be blocked by the MS10 machine. So that is the rule I am going to write. Got it? It is very simple and you can understand easily. So here I am select first select the action in a block, then LAN interface is a LAN, and here is IPv4 and here is protocol NE, and source single host, and the source IP address is 10.1.16.2. okay, and logs will be enabled, and write here this rule, and now save. Apply the changes. Go on MS10 machine. So right now I am checking again. Let me check if it is working or not. So okay, it is working. So now you can see the rule is blocking the ping request to the 172.16.0.10, and similarly, if I will access the web page, so also the web page will be request timeout. Similar things, if I will do the tracert command or any command you will run, and other type of the communication you want to make a communication with the WAN or the out of the network, so it will be blocked. Okay, so if I will disable this rule, this is the option which is used for the disabling it. So I am going to disable this rule. So once I will disable this rule, so right now I will able to access, I will able to ping that particular system you can see here, and also it will able to access the website. So this type of the security can be used on the port, means you can use the firewall for enabling and disabling a particular target machine. Okay. So next is configure a server firewall, means how you can configure the firewall on the server machine. So first you need to go on the MS10 machine, then open the, right now I am going to connect with the particular IP address, the target machine 10.1.16. So what I am doing right now, I am going to connect with the particular IP address 10.1.16.11. This is actually SMB server or the virtual machine, SMB virtual machine. You can see here, this is the SMB virtual machine. I am going to connect with this machine by using the SSH. Okay, 10.1.16.11, and always use the port number 22. So right now you can see the connection has been opened. This is, now you can log in by using the username and password, whatever exists. Okay. So right now I am going to move on the DC10 machine, where I will access the, this is the DC10 machine. Here I am going to access, actually this is the IP, you can see here on the MS10 machine, whatever the IP address I have used, 10.1.16, this is IP address of the SMB server. SMB server means Linux server. This is the Linux server is running. So I am going to access the Linux interface. We can directly go on the Linux machine, and where I can use the username and password and login. Otherwise, there is a one facility is available where we can access the Red Hat Linux by using the web browser. So how I can use the 10.1.16.11? How can we use? How can we access? Now check 9090. So actually this type of the accessibility, you can see this is the Fedora server, and here you can use the username and password and connect with the any Linux server like Red Hat Linux server. It is this type of the facility known as a cockpit, COCKPIT. Okay, here I am going to enter the SMB and then use the password. This is actually, it is called cockpit service. With this service we can access the Red Hat Linux server by remotely by using the web service HTTP. Okay, So I have logged in, and here is inside the networking, you can see the multiple options are there. So also here the edit rules or the firewall rules are there, so you can actually use or edit the rules. Okay, so when you click on the edit the rules, then you can see the firewall is on, and there is a 3 services. One is a SSH, which is allowed. SSH, DHCP v6 client and cockpit. There is a 3 services which are allowed. Allowed means anybody can access remotely these services. So I am going to remove this one, delete this particular service. So I have done this. And right now when I will have to delete this service, means SSH now does not exist, or this rule does not exist on the firewall which is running over the Fedora server. So now if I will try to access with this machine again by using the SSH, right now you can see the remote side unexpectedly close the network connection. So again you will try to connect with this particular IP address which I have connected previously, and you can see the request will be timed out. Why? Because I have disabled this service on the Fedora. Because on the server or the Linux server, only the specific particular service being added, so those services can be accessed either remotely or by using any other target machine. So you can see we are unable to connect. Right now I need to go back on the server which I have accessed here, and I am going to add the service, and inside the service I am going to search the SSH. So SSH is here, and I am going to add this service. So this service is there. Okay. So I have added the service right now. Again I am going to move on my MS-10 machine and try to access the same which I have accessed sometime before. Right now you can see I am able to access this machine. Okay. So this type you can access, you can block, and you can add the services on the server, and you can remove the services on the server. Which server? Any Linux server. It may be the Fedora, it may be the RHEL, it may be the CentOS, any type of the. Also, if you don't want to use the graphical interface like this, so you can use the command line interface as well. So you can by using the command line interface, you can add and remove the services within the firewall and from the firewall. So here it is, the terminal is available. That is good things, because online you have access the terminal right now. So on this terminal you can just check the status firewall cmd command. It is firewall cmd, which is actually used for adding the rule, removing the rule, checking the status, and all these things can be managed by the SMB server, by the command line interface. So you can see the service is running. Which service? Firewall CMD, means firewall is running. And what is all available zones? You can see the list, then all. So by using this command, you can see all the available zones are there. So main zone is a Fedora server. Inside server there is a rules, and service which are enable SSH, cockpit, and the DHCP v6 client, which we have seen by using the graphical interface already. So if I want to remove this as a service, so how I can do it, or how I can remove this? By using the simple CMD. Here I am going to provide the first -zone, and zone is equal to, what is the zone? Zone here is the Fedora server. Okay, this is written over here, and it is the in active state. So I need to provide this name, Fedora, and keep in mind this is actually case sensitive, so always use the small and capital letter, keep in mind. Hyphen hyphen remove means I am going to remove the service, and service name is SSH, and hyphen hyphen permanent. So here is a spelling mistake. Now if you can see again the list all the services which you have used sometime before, so you can see okay, I need to reload first. Hyphen reload, because until it will not be reload, so it will not display the services which are the services has been running here. So you can see the SS service has been removed. So if the SSH service has been removed from the Linux server, so what will be the impact? Impact is means this service has been removed, means this port number 22 has been closed, or SS service has been closed. So if I will try to access this service by using the IP address, if you remember previously, so connection timeout. Now I am moving again on the C10 machine, and here through the command line interface I am going to add the services. Here on the remove you can just make the changes here, add the services, remove, replace remove with the add, okay, and hit enter and reload this one. And after the reloading you can check the status, and on the status you can see now the SS service has been added. So again you will move on the MS10 machine, and let me check if I am able to connect with the service or not. So you can see here again I am going to use this IP address and login. So here it is. By using the firewall, how you can implement firewall on a firewall appliances like the firewall hardware, and also you can implement firewall rules on a specific host machine like Red Hat Linux server or Fedora server.